Hi guys, Mohit from Projekt Perfumery India. Today the video is going to be slightly different. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and along with talking, we'll be featuring a couple of fragrances as well. First of all, I would like to thank you everyone who watches my videos on YouTube or people who follow me on Facebook. A genuine thanks to all of you for being there. So why we have done something which actually have made history. Alexa have crossed the sales mark of 1 million, right? When I say 1 million, it's INR, it's not dollar. Sorry guys, that day is far, but not too far. So a thank you from bottom of my heart for making Alexa a super duper hit. I never imagined, though, when I started to sell perfumes, everybody have a dream of white labeling, everybody wants to launch their own products, but that is one of the toughest thing to achieve. Some brands take decades to get in the radar, but here just one thing we did differently. I'll tell you what we did, and in less than 10 days of arrival we have dispatched Alexa worth 1 million, right? 1 million INR. We have kept initial pre-booking price of $24.99, and that was after releasing the artwork, and before that it was $22.50. Then we changed the whole presentation and we kept it $24.99. Then it went for $2,999 and then $3,499, and I think 2 days back it was for $3,999. The reason of the price fluctuation, I'll tell you that as well, because at the end, what look and feel you get out of it. You see the whole luxury box, the good, amazing looking feel, the bottle, the heavy bottle, elegant cap, and an amazing fragrance. People have gone berserk after sniffing this. They never imagined that this is gonna be result of what we have been doing from last 8 months, almost 8 months. So what was different? So I'll go back to where we started from. Right, as most of you know, I come from an IT background. I worked with several MNCs in field of software testing, software development, and security testing. So 2008 was when I started my whole career into IT. 2008 I graduated. I'm a B.Tech. I graduated from a small town of Udaipur, Rajasthan. From there I moved to Pune for 6 months, and within the company itself I got transferred to Noida. From Noida I switched my job. That company was Pfizer. There are many people who follow me from Pfizer, and they get surprised that you were the one working with Pfizer. Then I moved to United Health Group. Again, we have viewers from United Health Group as well. After that I had my chance, the dream job. I cleared around 8 rounds of interview, 7 or 8 rounds for Microsoft. Of course, I got selected. It was pretty 2 weeks long interview process, and I got my joining for Hyderabad center. At the same time, I got another offer that was not a dream job though, but I took a decision that was one of the toughest decisions in my life. That another offer I had was for almost 40% lesser package for a company called Sybage that's based in Pune, and they have another office in Gandhinagar. So at that time I already started selling fragrances, but among the group, among the friend circles, I used to sell, no problem. Then somehow, though you have 2 offers in hand, one is much heavier on money side, much heavier on the namesake. Another one is lesser on money, lesser on name, but there is a location advantage. The advantage was it was based in Gujarat. It was based in Gandhinagar. So first thing, it was close to my home Udaipur. That's like 200 kilometers odd. Other was in Hyderabad, Microsoft. So that was pretty too far away. So then there were some other reasons too. Then I decided to go for Sybage. I mean, anybody who is in IT right now would say that was the most foolish decision. Where is Sybage? Where is Microsoft? People die to get into Microsoft. They have their dreams before starting engineering, before writing the code, that I want to write code for Microsoft. So, but that actually was the best decision of my life, because coming here, the land of Gujarat, it has entrepreneurship in everything. You cross the road, you would see entrepreneurship flowing across. So that is where I started the job, and then I see the people around me are much more happier compared to they were in Gurgaon or Noida. Second thing, life is cool, it's peaceful, the whole place is green, there are ample of opportunities, and there is no shame in doing a small work as well. So one of my team member actually had a snack, basically a snake stall. For example, if some location of Ahmedabad, they're selling something. Somebody has a cloth business. Their father is owning a cloth business. He wants to get into the same cloth business. At the same time, he's working as well. And why that is important, because I'll tell you one philosophy here. Apart from entrepreneurship, say most of the businesses in India are family owned, right? Here, one thing, the skill development is also one thing. So people do get into the job. Ahmedabad, you come here, you see there are a lot of offices. Every road would have offices. Now, then you would say Gujarat is like the land of entrepreneurs. Why there are so many offices? People still work. Why? To get the experience. They get the hands-on experience. They do the analysis, experiments from working into MNCs, and then at the end they start something on their own. Trust me, that happens with 80% of people here. I have seen that. And so from there, I started fragrances. I used to sell like one fragrance a month to one of my friend. That also because I used to keep on researching about it. So my friend would message me or call me, one of my former colleague, where Mohit, I'm planning to buy a fragrance, which one should I buy? So they would write me a mail for that. So I used to get like one mail like it. Then slowly it was like one mail a week. And then I made my first website that time. I don't think that's even functional right now. So these guys only kept on following on that particular website. From there, where I used to do one order a month, we came to one order a week. That happened here. That was, and then that's not too far. That was in I think 2014. Yeah, 2014. That happened in 2014. And while working there, and of course selling one fragrance a week or one fragrance a day does not require that much of effort. So I was just continuing along with my job. And that was the best thing, because I'm into a technical job. The whole e-commerce was booming. It requires the technical expertise that we had handy. And luckily I was working on an e-commerce project. E-commerce development testing. I was into testing automation there. So that gave me insight of how the websites work, what are the modules. So right now, if I talk to anybody who's planning to start a business, they would say just one word: I'm planning to sell online. But they don't know how to do it. They don't know what to do it, but they want to sell online. Then they choose the easiest part, selling on the marketplaces. That's also not long term. Anytime they would change their policy, the more new products would come. So there are a lot of challenges. Online selling was good when it started. I'm talking about 2014. And just for information, I think Amazon started their fragrances category in 2012 end or 2013 beginning. I was the first fragrance seller by the name of My Lucky Scent on Amazon. So that is where the whole thing started. So then after that, in one day there was a boom. I think it was Big Billion Day on Flipkart. That is when I got like, normally we used to get like 20 orders a week, and suddenly there was 200 orders a day. Overnight, Amazon blocked most of the sellers because the whole thing was not planned and they were afraid of cancellations and everything. So they blocked all the sellers and said, okay, fulfill this order. Your money would be remitted after 90 days, and that's it. And that 200 orders were about, if I have to evaluate them, that was close to 8 lakhs. Now, imagine a situation where you are given 200 orders to fulfill, and 8 lakhs is a big amount for someone who is working in IT. Probably my salary would be not more than 75,000 that time. And 8 lakhs, I mean, after 10 years, even the whole PF for 10, 15 years or the amount of period I worked in would not contribute to that. That is where I started talking to various distributors, and I met the local distributors in Mumbai. One of the distributor did support it. Okay, all right, I'll give you the stuff, but give me like 50% right now, and rest once you get the money. So I said, okay, let's do it. But one lesson I took from there, after that I never sold on any of the marketplaces. Then maybe it's slow making your own website. There was one decision that's for long term. Do not rely on the basically somebody else's venture to boom your venture, because at the end you have to be self-sufficient. So that is where the whole thing started. Now it's been almost 6 years from where I booked my first domain. And now comes the latest thing, that's Projekt Alternative. So what thing actually made everything click is I used to, anyone from you might have experienced that as well. Any one of you comes to me and say, Mohit, I need this fragrance, right? They come to us after searching almost everywhere and then say, I want this one. Now it's like a challenge, right? You have to get it from anywhere. Another thing we had is online shopping. So what I used to do, I used to order it from any of the international portals. Basically those guys also knew it's selling on Strawberry Net, it's selling on Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, but they didn't want to take the risk thing. So then what I used to do, I used to order it on their behalf. Out of 10 times, 9 times it would come, 1 time it won't come. So there they started knowing me as, this is the guy, you name any fragrance, he would get it. He would get one of the most hard to find fragrances here. Doing that, taking people's requests, I never used to stock anything. Any request would come, I would, make up my mind to have to fulfill it anyhow. Maybe it would take 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, doesn't matter. Even some fragrances I got after 6 months and messaged that person, hey, this is here, and he used to be like super happy. Even after 6 months he used to take it. So that one thing actually made the whole change, because then I used to I got to know what people are looking for, what is hard to find in the market, and then after coming to Ahmedabad, I said I started exploring, talking to the distributors. Then there was one of the companies which actually was pretty big, but then due to the slowdown and everything, they had to discontinue some brands. That is where they sent me a list. Mohit, this is the list, check it out. I took like 2.5 months because there was no CK, no Davidoff, no Versace, no Burberry. It was very average looking, never heard, never seen kind of brands. But I said, okay, prices are good, let's try it. Somebody might be looking for them. That is where I picked up a couple of brands. One of them was Adolfo Dominguez. Second one was probably Pinot Silvestre. Third one was Monotheme. Now you would say, what are these brands? But yeah, that time, fourth was Rokas. So Rokas Louis was one fragrance where, I got 6 pieces. Okay, let's get it on trial. And I put it on site. Slowly I see people are actually hunting down for it. This one perfume, I bought like 250 bottles in 3 months. And probably it was like one of my pre-bookings actually. So I sold almost 250 in like 2-3 months. That is where I came in touch with one of the most elite frag heads in India. Those actually hunt down for the discontinued, hard to find fragrances. They have collection of hundreds of fragrances, their backups, and then still buying backups. That is where I saw the potential. All right, these are the guys. Through that one perfume, I got hold of entire cream of fragrance community. Those are willing to pay. They would buy a fragrance every week, almost an alternate day. Those kind of people I got in touch with, and I still remember some name. Kanak Menon is there, Kaushik is there, there is Ashish from Gurgaon. A lot of people are there. I'm still in touch with them. That is where, the socialization, that factor is important in any business. Say it business networking, and if you're pursuing your hobby, you're planning to convert into business, this is what we call a community or an ecosystem. That ecosystem started to develop back then, 2014 or so. From there, probably I would have interacted with more than 22,000 people till now. And of course, there is a limitation where I could reply to everyone. Then we started facing the bottlenecks where, if there were like 2,000 people, somebody will ping me once a month, somebody would ping me once a year, somebody would ping me every week. So that goes on. Some people join, some people take a break. From there, we come to this point where it's totally unmanageable to actually handle these on your own. Then I thought of, all right, so that's a good thing and a bad thing both. So then I said, like, why then go for other fragrances? At the same time, we were selling Arma, Scalar Oud, and we saw people are crazy. It's India. Everybody is looking for a cheaper alternative. From there, we came to a point where I was in Dubai. I just picked up some oil which smells like Aventus and got it here. For a trial basis, I gave 20-25 samples to some of the guys, and out of 20-25, 15 people came back with, what is this? This smells so much like Aventus. But then it's not Aventus, of course, because I didn't write anything on it. Okay, this is called Alex. And why I came up with Alex? Because Aventus, Alexander, okay, it's Alex, right? Then everybody, they would post it that this is what Mohit sent me and it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. There where everybody started asking me. I said I had only like juice worth 20 samples. Then I thought, okay, let me get more of it. So then we called for more of it. We started testing it, and till date we have given over 3,000, 3,500 odd samples. How I'm calculating, because I bought a whole kg of oil, and after that I bought 3 more kgs. So 4 kg would make around 200 liters. 200 liters we have given in samples. Then we renamed to Alexa because the punch was missing. So that is where we came to Alexa. So the whole zest is why this is a hit. Why this is a hit? Because this was already given to the masses. Most of the brands do make samples, but their samples are not accessible easily. Why they are making samples for giving people a test drive for their product. Now here what happens, you go to any of the store, the salesperson actually sits on top of the samples, and they should be giving it. That is what one marketing or one feedback technique which works all the time. No matter what, it works all the time, right? So that is where we came to this product. Now, only thing I took like very close feedback of everyone was looking for a decent looking scent which looks good as well. That is where the Alexa was born. Now in 10 days we moved over 400 bottles. I'm taking average price of 2,500 each, what we sold at, just an average price right now. Some were sold higher too, most were sold higher though. So that is where we came to 1 million INR in less than 10 days. Less than 10 days, there was a lot of pre-booking, a lot of sample testing. So 6-8 months we were like regressively talking Alexa. So what you're seeing is actually outcome of those last 6 months. Coming back to the point, the whole thing started when I left my job in 2016. It's been 2 years. I've been working into it full time. Many of people would probably say perfumery.co.in, where they came from, we don't know, but yeah, it's a long story, and every fraghead in India probably would know me because I have been in touch with them from over 3, 4, 5 years. And right now I'm pretty proud to own India's biggest, largest store or gallery. Call it a gallery. We have a store office of around 4,000 square feet. So that is like one of the largest in India. I'm pretty sure in Dubai, yes, there are stores bigger than that, but we don't call it a store as such. We call it ministry. Maybe let's come down to ministry. So the whole idea of ministry of niche is basically you come down, you sample it, you take whatever you want, take a sample, a decant, nothing, no sales pressure. You come, walk around, have fun, relax, and go. Simple. Sales are secondary. And anyways, once you come down and you say such a vast collection, most of the bottles here, if you see, are tagged with perfumologist. That means this is not for sale. This is from my personal collection, or I have bought it for collection. Now, coming to this, the whole smell alike chapter began from Killer Oud. There was one product which I got on my own to India, and we saw the potential is tremendous. And from here where we started from 1 fragrance a week. Now we are planning to go international via perfumery.ae. We scored our first order today on perfumery.ae of Alexa. That is beginning of a new phase, a new era. Somebody named Robert from US, if you're watching, thanks a lot. You have placed the maiden order on Projekt Perfumery Dubai, perfumery.ae. What it will do, we are planning to put Dubai's every single brand on perfumery.ae with worldwide shipping. So you would see a lot of brands coming. Rasasi, Swiss Arabian Oud, everything. Nabil is there. So these we have already dealing with them. Apart from that as well, we'll be getting a lot of Middle Eastern brands on perfumery.ae, and we will ship it to India as well and to worldwide as well. So guys, hope I didn't bore you.